In fact, since August 2021, when the indigenous people of Biafra introduced the weekly sit-at-home exercise, the southeast states of Anambra, Imo, Enugu, Abia, and Ebonyi have been under siege in the hands of gunmen, parading themselves as enforcers of the illegal directive. The development has fueled insecurity in the region, although the IPOB group says it suspended the exercise. The Finland-based Simon Epa-led faction of the body continued to declare the sit-at-home exercise at regular intervals across the entire southeast geopolitical region. At a time, the sit-at-home exercise started to ground human, economic, and commercial activities in the region. The IPOB introduced the Monday sit-at-home in the southeast region to protest the continued detention of its leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, while other regions of the country observe its normal commercial and economic activities every week unhindered. The same cannot be said of the southeast. The sit-at-home has led to the closure of banks, markets, schools, and offices on a weekly basis. Several roads are often deserted as residents observe the exercise in fear. Concerned citizens and critical stakeholders have on several occasions lamented the devastating blow the exercise is having on the region. Revenues running into trillions of naira have reportedly been lost since the exercise began. The trade and commerce sector seems to be the worst hit, and for a region which largely depends on trade and commerce for its revenue, the situation has left little to be desired. The Southeast is home to many micro, small, and medium-scale enterprises, as well as indigenous manufacturing and agro-allied industries. Besides the effects of economic and commercial activities as well as infrastructure, human lives have been lost to the exercise. Both the state governments and the residents of the region are feeling the pinch. Across the states of Anambra, Imo, Enugu, Abia, and Ebonyi, the situation is the same. According to the Anambra State Governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, an estimated 19.6 billion has been lost in Anambra as a result of the Monday sit-at-home. Here, Sly Eze Okenwa, a prominent politician, speaks on the issue.
All the issues, the myriads of issues surrounding the declaration of sit-at-home in the southeast and the heightened insecurity has led to various calls by various stakeholders at various times to seek for solution. Because for me, this is not the time to begin to apportion blames. It's very, very important that I am here and I state it unequivocally. This is not the time to begin to apportion blame. Some people have said, oh, why are you calling for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? If certain persons have engaged in certain criminal activities as a result of his continued detention by the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, then it is justified. That is their contention. But as far as we are concerned, we are looking at the Southeast as a region. We are looking at the potentials of this region. Mind you, Onitsha, which happens to be in the Southeast Nigeria in Anambra State, is the economic nerve center of not just Nigeria, but the entire West Africa. Because the largest market in the entire West Africa is in Onitsha main market. And people from all walks of life, people from all parts of the country visit Onitsha on daily basis. Not to talk of people from other neighboring countries in the West Africa and Sub-Saharan Africa. And now you imagine the resultant loss to the businesses, resultant loss to investment, resultant loss to the economy, resultant even to government revenue in providing certain essential services to its people. So when you look at all these issues, you now understand why stakeholders like us came out and said, look, Mr. President, if we can find a political solution to this problem, irrespective of who is to blame or who is not to blame, because certain persons have said that a particular individual, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a major stakeholder in the security of the socio-economic system of activities of the Southeast, a pivotal person, because he commands respect whether you like it or not. He has followers. So we said, if we can get this man, even the governor of Anambra State, who incidentally is the national leader of the All Progressive Grand Alliance, had volunteered to be a shorty, that if it is possible, that the government can even release him to him, so that all the stakeholders, including members of the IPOB, we sit down at the round table with other stakeholders and other chieftains of the region, and we discuss these issues. And when we discuss these issues, we now try as much as possible to separate the wheat from the chaff. Because if certain persons are in various bushes in the southeast claiming to be fighting for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and then you release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and those people now continue to remain in the bush, then a clear demarcation must have been made between genuine agitators and people who are now engaging in criminality.
Before Soludo closed the Onitsha main market for 1 week as punishment for observing the sit at home, he had already tried together with the Enugu State Governor, Peter Mbah, to put an end to the menace, but their efforts yielded no results. Soludo had convened several stakeholders meetings with a view to stopping the Monday sit at home. The governor also issued directives to workers to start coming to work on Mondays, declaring that the sit at home had been cancelled. These efforts have, however, met a brick wall as the people continue to observe the exercise. The governor, during the meetings, had said, every day there is a sit at home. The poor masses lose an estimated 19.6 billion naira in Anambra alone. Due to the protracted breakdown of law and order, businesses are relocating outside Igbo land, with growing unemployment, and traders who used to come to shop in Onitsha, Nnewi, Aba, and other places are going elsewhere. Who is losing? By forcing our children, the future of Igbo land, to stay at home instead of being in school, why even the critical sick people, including pregnant women, cannot go to the hospital, we harm our future. Following the unanimous agreement of our leaders across the board and the entire body of Christ, I am pleased to inform our people that the Monday sit at home has come to an end in Anambra State. Mbah, on his part, shortly after assuming office, directed Enugu State civil servants, market leaders, traders, and the like to start opening on Mondays, calling for collaborative efforts to end in the southeast geopolitical zone. He said Enugu State will not become the premier destination for investments, residence, and tourism if the people continue to dissipate energy on faceless marauders, while urging the people of the state not to be deceived by those using the name of IPOB leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a cover for their criminalities. The governor stressed that Kanu had since expressed the displeasure at the enforcement of the sit-at-home order and its consequent havoc on Igbo land. They have lost their capacity to inflict havoc on lives and property, as was previously the case due to re-energized security measures. We are winning the war against sit-at-home enforcers and will never take orders from murderers and enemies of Igbo land, he added. But despite all these efforts to nip the menace in the bud, the enforcers of the sit-at-home continue to threaten residents. The executive secretary of the National Human Rights Commission, Tony Ojukwu, here advises on what to do.
The sit-at-home issue needs to come to an end. It needs to come to an end because that singular act is destroying the entire Southeast. Gradually, people are not going to school. People are not pursuing their business. The one thing that people of the Southeast are known in this country is their business. So, if you introduce insecurity in the Southeast to stop that business, you are killing that society gradually. You are killing that society gradually. It has to stop. That sit-at-home must stop. It must stop. All the authorities of the Southeast are being called upon to do similar thing that the Anambra State governor has done. The people who are willing to do their business or go to school or do whatever must be protected, and that sit-at-home must stop. It just has to stop. Whatever is possible should be done to make sure that that sit-at-home stops, because it's gradually destroying life, the economic life of the Southeast, the viability of the Southeast, and the general situation in the Southeast is going down. The community life, the progress, the development in the place is going down because of this sit-at-home. It just has to stop, because yes, some people may want it to continue for their own selfish end, but those who want to trade should be allowed to trade. is a matter of fundamental human rights. You cannot compel me to sit at home when I want to go to market. You cannot compel me to sit at home if you want to stay at home. That's your own business, but you cannot compel others.
Also, apart from the usual Monday sit at home, most of the times, the people are ordered to sit at home on other days of the week. As a matter of fact, in Southeast, the sit at home appears to be a sacred topic that residents, especially notable personalities, rarely speak against in the public. Very many people, especially outside the region, have described the sit at home as people in the Southeast sabotaging themselves because they are the ones who are losing, as the leadership in Abuja, whom it is allegedly targeted at, are not feeling the impact. The surprising thing is on why the IPOB decided on the sit-at-home tactics, which has brought a lot of self-inflicted pains to the region, because no region has ever used such methods for agitation. And you cannot shoot yourself on the leg in order to instigate your supposed enemy to give you back your property he is holding. Remember, if you find this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and share it with someone you care about.